What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today we're going to be playing a little Howitzer in the mid lane. As always, let's go over the deck. Now I have Healing Towers, Auto Shield, Experienced, Mana Fountain, Spell Shield, and lastly overpowered spells for my gems. Now for my cards, I have Advanced Evolution, Font of Experience, Mana Flow Acolyte, Astral Leap, Invader Mage, Power Tap, Atomic Soldier, Shadow Dancer, Awaken the Emmerich, Corrosive Walker, Plague Lord, and lastly Grinning Spectre. Now I have not touched Howitzer in a long time. I kind of feel V42, he's just never really got the love that he really needs. You know, his ultimate, the rank 1 of his ultimate is absolutely terrible. I mean, it won't even kill minion waves, it's so bad. But, you know, really, I do hope that they show Howie some love and kind of revitalize him a little bit. You know, he does have a little bit of a movement speed. You know, it's a little bit slower than other people, and he doesn't have just quite that solid escape, but you know, you can use him to separate people with that landmine and, you know, really just tee off on him. You know, his R2000 hits like a truck. So you can separate a team and, you know, isolate that one enemy and, you know, it's almost like a Severog's colossal blow. But, you know, hey, we can find a lot of success with Howie. I think he's a great team player. And if you're playing in, you know, solo matches or things like that, I think you're probably better off playing, you know, a different hero. But that's no problem. We're going to just knock it out of the park this match and try our best with Howitzer. Now, if you were watching at the beginning of the match, you can see Bellica shot a minion like 3 times. And just those 3 shots on that minion got the wave to push naturally. You can see that, you know, the wave is naturally pushing, and sure, we're going to take some tower damage, but, you know, that's quite alright. I am farming much safer, and you see our Chimeras heading to mid, and, you know, Bellica's caught out. We're able to use that landmine to catch up to her. You know, we're going to get some work done on Bellica, and this is strictly because, you know, she was pushed up and I wasn't. Now, Terra did head over here and escape. Look at this guy's 13 health. Oh, man. I don't know how I got out of that, but, you know, you can see that landmine. We're able to, you know, peel off of that. You can use it as a decent escape, or you saw at the beginning we were able to use it onto that Bellica. For whatever reason, Terra thought running through the tower at level 2 was a good idea, and, you know, they're feeding Chimera, which, you know, as of right now, Chimera needs to get fed, and they're doing a great job of it. So, he's able to wrap up those 2 kills. We do get that 1 assist, so that's absolutely great. And, you know, we punish that Bellica for pushing. You know, sure, we do have tower damage, but that's quite alright. We're getting fed by her just being a little too pushy. And, you know, of course, I am in comms with Chimera, so we were able to communicate that a little bit better. And I did let that wave get a little excessive, but no problem. You know, we made an incredible play there. We ended up getting 2 kills, and that was just strictly because, you know, she was pushing that lane. Now, when going for river buffs as Howitzer, you have to be extremely careful, especially if you're not level 5, because you don't have an escape or things like that. But, you know, just be careful, guys, and try to get some vision on the enemies. Now, we are able to go in on that Bellica. We would have definitely taken her out if Terra didn't show up, but, you know, she did, so we got to get out. And, unfortunately, you know, we're going to have to back. But, hey, no problem. This poking game that we're playing, you know, we are definitely getting the upper hand in that. And although this last fight, it didn't really do anything for us, we're not having any points to really help out, I was going to need to leave that lane anyways. I could not defend that if Terra and Bellica went in. I might be able to wrap up a kill, but you can see I'm going to get back in lane, and Bellica's still very, very low. So we should be able to take her out fairly easy if she stays in. But she did decide to back, and this is going to allow me to safely farm this minion wave. Again, you know, there's no siege minions there, so I don't have to worry about a whole lot of tower hits or anything like that. You know, just kind of hanging out, getting my last hits. as a mid lane caster, getting your farm is huge. The first hero that can put on those power cards can really dominate the lane. And so making sure that you're farming well and getting those power cards is absolutely huge. Now, Terra did head in, she stunned us a little bit, but that's quite alright. We're going to go ahead and just really punish her for what she, pushing up. But Belica ends up stunning me, and so, hey, I got to get out. I go ahead and use that ultimate just to zone those heroes out so I don't have to deal with them, and we're going to continue our farm. Now, Chimera did pick up purple buff, and this is huge. We'll be able to get a very successful gank if we can get her out of tower, and with landmine, I can definitely get her out of tower. So, we're in comms with Chimera, so I'm kind of saying, hey, wait, I'm going to landmine her and get her out of this tower. Unfortunately, she backs up before I could, get that off, and, hey, we missed the opportunity. I go ahead and tell Chimera, once you miss an opportunity like that, tell it, just break off. Don't re-engage that fight. Just, hey, you missed the opportunity, go ahead and back up. And this is really true with any hero, someone like Steel or Richter. If you miss that ultimate or if you miss that hook, just leave, guys. Don't stay engaged in that fight, because all that's going to do is put you in a bad situation or, put you in a bad area, and you're not going to have that tool to use again. So it's best just to back up, and this allows me to back and put on Invader Mage. So I've definitely got that power on my side, and we're really going to start hurting people. Now again, it's really just that same old laning stuff. We do have that power card, but we're just going to wait for the right opportunity to really engage. Belica with her stun, she can be pretty tricky to deal with. Now I pick up purple buff, and so now's the perfect time to get a gank, and I'm gonna go ahead and let my jungler know, head over, let's get this gank, and sure enough, Belica takes the bait, or, well, not really takes the bait, but she gets, she gets caught out a little bit, and we're able to follow up and really take her out. You can see the power of that landmine. It's not only a pretty decent knock-up, but, it also repositions the hero, and if you practice where you put it and, how predictable you are going to knock the enemy hero, it's actually very, very helpful. Now, this is a great opportunity for me to show off me breaking my own rule. Now, again, don't cross the river for that first 10 minutes, guys. It's really, really important not to. But I definitely wanted to shove this minion wave into tower. We're actually able to back this Terra up. And, hey, right whenever we're doing that, Belica shows up, and we're going to get destroyed, guys. If Belica hit me with her ultimate right now, I would definitely die. Luckily, Chimera went in, and he's able to do some work, and, he definitely saved me there. But you can see, just crossing that river for just a few seconds almost got me killed. Remember, guys, just stay on your side of the river for the first 10 minutes, and you will definitely improve your gameplay. Not only will that help you, but you'll avoid dying. It's a win for win. You could see by me pushing up, now we're going to get quite a bit of damage on our tower, and that could have been completely avoided by me just not pushing past that river. Now we're going to go ahead and, push this wave and kind of, we boop that siege minion out because I definitely didn't want him under tower. Twin Blast shows up and you can see I'm going to back up. Terra's got invis and, hey, just ult to get out. We create that danger zone that, it keeps the enemies away from me and allows me to escape. That it does seem kind of like a reckless ultimate, but if you can use your ultimate to save your life, it's never a bad call. And sure enough, that's exactly what we did. Now, Zinx, Zinx is playing our support right now, and, Zinx, you play her with OPD and Cryo Agent. Oh, she's so strong, guys. But she is playing our support, and, we're able to do this counter push and really, kind of get everything settled. We did have a pretty big enemy presence here, and, having my team rotate over to me is absolutely huge. This is going to allow me to, stay safe and really, kind of break up this team fight, because that's really not the engagement that you want at this time. Now, I know where most of the enemies are. You know, we can see 4 enemies on the map. We could see Bellica was over in that solo lane, so I'm definitely going to shove this lane. But again, guys, don't cross the river, you know, get out. Bellica's going to show up, and, you know, she's going to deal with that lane, so it's better for me to just go ahead and pick up river buffs. And now, you know, we don't have vision on the enemy anymore, so it's time to play a little safer, you know, try to get as much farm as we can, and, you know, just kind of hang out, see what we need to do, if we need to rotate. And sure enough, you know, I'm going to head over to our solo lane. We do have some enemy presence there, and hopefully we can wrap up some of these kills. Now, as the mid laner, rotating is absolutely important, and I haven't done just the best job of rotating this game, but, you know, we've had a lot of enemy presence everywhere and whatnot, you know, so I've been forced out of lane a few times as well, so, you know, hey, we're doing the best we can, but when we do rotate, you know, we're definitely going to make sure we secure those kills, and we're able to take out that steal, which, you know, steal is the support, so it's not that big of a deal to lose a steal, but it's definitely important to, you know, work on getting those kills. Now I'll go ahead and throw my ultimate down over that tower so we can, you know, zone that hero out so we can get a little bit more damage onto the tower. But hey, we need to get out. We saw Twin Blast show up, you know, let's get out of here. Dangerous situation, and, you know, no problem. Me and Kamira were safely able to get out, and I need to head back to mid. Now, Zinx just absolutely deletes Bellica, which, you know, is still mind-boggling to me. I don't know how a Bellica lost to a Zinx, but sure enough, she did. And we're going to head to mid, and, you know, hey, we should be able to push this lane fairly decently. Now, once we do end up forcing this lane, you know, our Zinx actually peels off, which, you know, at this time, we should have really both gone in on this tower. You know, there's not a whole lot of reason for her to head over to that solo lane or the duo lane because, you know, yeah, it's no problem. But, you know, either way, we had some enemies show up, so we're not going to be able to down that tower. And, you know, with Zinx being there, we might not have been able to get it anyways. But I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to back. It'd have been nice to get a little bit more damage on that tower, but that's quite alright. We've got enough points to put on Atomic Soldier, so now we're going to really start hurting. Now, again, we're going to head to our mid lane. Twin Blast was pushing a little bit, and Zinx able to wrap that Twin Blast up. But Bellica is here. Now, she misses that knockup, and this is going to allow us to catch up to her. And, you know, hey, let's just dive. And sure enough, we're going to be able to take her out. And then, you know, after getting that mid lane kill, Zinx is going to tank some of that damage for us. We should be able to push this lane actually down this tower. Having 2 enemies down, that's the time you push objectives, guys, especially with an ADC and a mid laner. You know, those are your damage dealers. So right now is the time we can really make some progress and down a tower. And at 14.5 minutes in, it's about time we got a mid lane tower down. Now, for whatever reason, I threw that landmine under the tower. I guess you can actually throw those into towers. And if you do that, the actual concussion of it doesn't affect anything. So that's just something to know. Don't throw landmines into the tower or into the actual turret because it basically negates all the damage or, you know, the knockback feature. So it's just something to know, but I didn't know that until just now, so no problem. You know, we were trying to really get rid of that steal, get him out of that area, but hey, it didn't really matter. All of us got out safely. Now, at this point, my team's going to go ahead and collapse on 2 Raptors, and, you know, I'm just kind of hanging out in mid to kind of create a distraction, but whenever I see the team collapses on them, I'm going to go ahead, head over there, and I'm actually able to use my ultimate and that R2000 to secure Raptor and keep it away from the enemy. You know, that's huge. Creating that zone, not only can they not stay in on Raptor because they're going to take tons of damage, as you saw that steal got deleted, but we are also able to do more damage, and, you know, we're creating that zone that actually going to kill that Raptor. So I like being able to, you know, have the freedom to use that zone on a Raptor in case you have a situation like that. And, you know, hey, you can see it works. Doesn't always, though. We'll see that one in a minute. But this is going to allow me to have enough gold to back. I actually have Mana Fountain, which is absolutely huge. For me, I love Mana Fountain. That's the only 13-point gem I use on casters. I think it's absolutely incredible gem. And that paired with, you know, my Invader Mage and Atomic Soldier, you know, my rockets are going to hurt, guys. So we're doing very well on farm. You know, we haven't had the most interesting match, you know, rotations or anything like that. We've pretty much been mid lane this entire match, but it's not a problem. You know, we are making incredible plays, and my team's doing fairly well themselves. So really, you know, you need to pick your time and place to rotate and when to rotate, things like that. And we just haven't had solid opportunities yet, but that's not a problem. Now, Kai heads over to Belka, and you see that knock-up? Oh, man, that was a great knock-up. I'm trying to get close enough to actually hit her with that landmine, but don't quite make it. But you can see that R2000, half her health, baby. You know, we're hitting hard, guys. And so, you know, hey, we lost that opportunity. Zinx did get purple up, and she's kind of behind them, just hanging out. But Belika's not leaving, and we know we can do tons of damage to Belika. So we're going to wait until, you know, I get the opportunity to pop up. Sure enough, we're able to get another R2000 off on Belika, and Zinx is able to, you know, just hit her once and kill her. And then from here, you know, Zinx is now caught out. But that's what this zoning tool is used for, guys. You can see we're able to zone those heroes, which they're... Terra is actually running Astral Leap, which I've never seen before. And hey, guys, it actually isn't horrible. It works, but, you know, we're able to take out Terra, and then, you know, putting that zone up really separated their team, which is exactly what zones are supposed to do. You could see their Quang didn't follow Terra. Their Quang followed, you know, went after Zinx down the lane, and Terra ran into the jungle. And so, on both sides of that fight, we've got a 2v1 fight and a 1v1 fight. So, we're, you know, we're pretty balanced. And then once we kill that 2v1 fight, we're able to rotate over and take out it turned into a 4v1 fight. And, you know, my entire team survived. We're able to take out 2 of their tanky heroes. And this is absolutely huge. Now, we do get a decent amount of damage on that T2 in mid. But you saw their team started showing up, and guys, get out. You know, you can't get into a standoff under the enemy tower. Maybe a little later in the game, or maybe if you have a real solid frontliner. But with the Chimera of Murdoch and me, you know, that's just probably not going to happen, especially with the steal there. You know, he could ult us, and it would be very quick for us to all go down. So it's best just to leave those type of situations. Now, it was a perfect time for our team to, you know, kind of team up and go for Fang. So, I'm going to make sure that lane is pushing, keeping that pressure up. And Twin does a great job. He pops in and he's able to take out Fang. You know, that great job on his part. But we do secure a steal kill. So, we lost, you know, what is that, 5,000 gold and a total of, you know, 4 power for every hero for a steal kill. Definitely not worth it on our part, but what can you do? Now, Terra, you can see she's got that blink, and oh, man, this is the first time I've seen that. You know, she is running intellect-heavy build, but, you know, hey, that's cool. I really think that Blink might be a great card on her, or Blitz Rush, because she doesn't really have an engage, but, you know, hey, we'll have to see. You know, I haven't got to play with Terra near as much as I'd like, but is what it is. Now she blinks back in with Zinx, and, you know, we're kind of going in a little bit staggered, but for the most part, we are getting damage done. You know, we're in the middle of the enemy minion wave. It's definitely not the favored situation, so we really just need to disengage from this. You know, their ADC is low and Terra's low, but we don't really want to challenge that fight, especially since we don't have a whole lot of vision on their team right now. Now, I go ahead and back here, and I thought I had enough points to put on Shadow Dancer, and then I put a point, and I'm like, oh, I need one more point. And I guess the double click didn't work to actually put that other 1,000 points in. I thought it did. You know, and there's bugs or, you know, just glitches or whatever. So, and then, you know, I do have 1,000 points. I could have got it, but, you know, I'm terrible, guys. So, yeah, we miss out on that, but no problem. Now, Twin Blast jumps down here, guys, and get poke onto the ADC whenever you can. You know, he does have a life steal, so he's running Knight of Asher, and, you know, I check, make sure he's got life steal. So he's going to be able to heal that up. But if you can, poke the ADC. You know, so what if he heals up? He might get caught out before he can fully heal. And that, you know, handful of damage we did to him might be the saving thing for our team. So it's absolutely huge to be able to poke the ADC. Now we go ahead and secure Raptor again. You know, I don't worry about using Howie's ulti. You know, it's on a pretty short cooldown. So, you know, I'd rather use it to secure things than not. And you know, that also zones those enemies out, so if they do collapse, you know, if Steel jumps in and we're able to do tons of damage to him, and if we do lose Fang, you know, hey, we get the kill, and that's exactly what happened earlier. Now, you can see that Terra got caught out there, and we're able to deal with her pretty easily. I throw that, you know, slow grenade up to the top to just make sure that those enemies, you know, they know we're gonna slow them down. And that's huge. That's exactly what we want. Now, I'm going to take this opportunity before things get out of control. I'm going to back and put on Shadow Dancer. You can see the enemy team stacking up and getting ready for a push. And, you know, my team's kind of stacking up. So I want to get Shadow Dancer online before anything goes down. But Feng Mao was putting a ton of pressure into that solo lane, so the enemy team ended up peeling off. But we still do have a presence here, so we need to be careful of that. Bellica's got that drone up, you know, just stay out of that area. You know, it zaps you, so just try to stay out of it. You know, Mana Fountain does kind of counter it, but hey, just save as much mana as you can, and once it goes down, you know, it doesn't last forever. It seems like it does sometimes, but just stay out of that zone, guys. Unless you actually need to engage in that fight, because when you use abilities, it does damage, and it's a substantial amount of damage, guys. So definitely get out. Now we're going to rotate over to our solo lane. Unfortunately, we lose the tower before we can get there, but we're able to knock up that Quang and then use that R2000 to take him out. And that's another thing, you know, with that repositioning tool, with that landmine, you can really set up your R2000 to make sure you hit that target, because R2000, you know, it flies in a straight line, it's not a drop, and so it does have a flight time. So you definitely have to kind of prepare for that if you're getting newer into Howitzer. You know, just get used to having that slower flight time than something like, you know, Gideon or Gadget. You know, although they have flight times, they're area effects instead of those straight lines. Now, from here, my team is pushing all lanes, and, you know, I go ahead and tell Fang, head over to me, bud, help me push mid. Let's take out mid while they're putting a ton of pressure up. There's no reason to split push 3 lanes, you know, and by him coming to mid, this will allow us to collapse on them in that duo lane as well, or, you know, just keep the pressure up in mid. And sure enough, we're going to actually head over to our duo lane just in case we need to make something happen. And I go ahead and go in Viz. I'm able to boop this Twin Blast into my team, and, you know, hey, we're gonna hurt Twin. We don't take him out, but, you know, we got a good bit of damage on him. And since he did just leave the tower, you know, he's already going to have to back. But now we're in a bad situation. And you can see, again, I used that landmine to disengage this fight. My team decided to stay in, so, you know, okay, no problem. And we're able to take out their Quang, which, you know, hey, we're only down 1 hero at the moment. We get this wave pushed into the tower. Terra backs, you know, it's only Steel here. So, guys, let's push this tower. We worked all this time, you know, all this effort into taking out this team fight. Let's get this inhib down, and sure enough, we're able to. Now, once we down that inhib, turn and run. Turn and flee. I think that's what I said the other day. Just get out, guys. There's no reason to push past that inhib. Go pick up another objective. Go for Raptor. Go for Prime. You know, whatever you want to do. Getting that 3rd Raptor, you know, that's pretty big. And since their team's back, you know, we didn't want to risk Prime. Now, we are kind of stacking up in mid, and we say, hey, you know, let's get out. I'm going to go ahead and use that Shadow Dancer, go in Viz, you know, keep vision on the enemy without, you know, them having vision on me, and I'd go ahead and just poke Terra a little bit. Now, that was really to see how much damage I'm doing to Terra, and I'm not hitting her as hard as I thought I would. So, you know, you can kind of put that knowledge away for later, you know, hey, don't focus Terra, which you really shouldn't be as a burst caster anyways, but, you know, hey, I'm not going to do a whole lot of damage to Terra, so I'm going to have to rely on my team to really pick up my slack in that aspect. Unfortunately, the enemy team ended up surrendering here, so, you know, hey, is what it is, guys. It's a victory, you know, we were doing pretty solid in that match, so I'm happy with it. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Howitzer guide. Now, I haven't played Howitzer in a long time, but I felt I had a pretty decent impact in this match. And, you know, hey guys, if you did enjoy this video, show me some love. Leave me a comment, think about subscribing, join our Discord if you haven't done it. I'd love to play with some of y'all. And as always, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.